Good morning. This is Judge Alyssa Perez presiding over the 210 District Court Civil Docket for June 21st, 2023. All matters being heard today are being heard in accordance with all emergency orders and directives regarding COVID-19. In addition to that, we are streaming all matters live via YouTube for public viewing. Mr. Marufo, would you call our first case, please?
Page 2, Judge, in cause number 2019 DCV 2874, Eileen Gaona et al. Versus David Michael Yates, MD et al. Announcement of counsel, please.
Al Melendez on behalf of the plaintiff, ready, Your Honor.
James Beal. I'm sorry. Jim Boston on behalf of one of the defendants.
James Beal on behalf of Dr. David Michael Yates.
Good morning, gentlemen. We are set for a final civil pre-trial special setting, especially special jury trial setting at the end of July. How are we doing on this case?
Judge, I can't remember. I was just thinking about this. I thought I had filed a motion for continuance, but I can't remember if I filed it or not. And
I
then
don't see it, and our memories are kind of jiving there, Mr. Melendez, because I thought, and I was looking for a notation about a potential reset, but I did not see a motion for continuance.
That's right, Your Honor. And that's on me because I think I said that I was going to file something, an unopposed motion for continuance. We took the deposition of my expert, Dr. Buchanan from Houston, and then my colleagues are patiently waiting for me to deliver my neurosurgeon expert, but I'm going to de-designate him so that we can just proceed with the defense expert. So we still have some work ahead of us, and then plus we're hoping to mediate the case after the experts, but I still need to file that. I think it's an unopposed motion for continuance.
Correct.
Have you all, is that correct, Mr. Boston?
Yes, ma'am. That's correct.
Unopposed? Okay, so that's helpful for me because I want to make sure you all were the only special setting for that date, so at least I can clear that out. But have you all made any, what I'm understanding is now we have there are no other experts, so there shouldn't be a delay in scheduling the mediation, is that right?
Well, so we were waiting on the neurosurgery expert's deposition, but since Mr. Melendez just said he's going to de-designate him, then I guess we would be ready to present the defense experts if he wants to take those depositions and or mediate the case.
So technically our deadline was yesterday to mediate, but I know we had been talking about resetting this. So I need your motion for continuance, Mr. Melendez.
Yes, Your Honor.
This is a 2019 case. I'm really not trying to reset this very far out. Have you all discussed a proposed timetable for a trial reset?
No, Your Honor.
Not
Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to leave the settings as they are for now. And in fact, even with the continuance of the trial, I'm going to keep that docket call date for a scheduling status conference, because I want to have y'all's input because and tell me if this is not going to conform with the work that needs to be done on this case, but I'm going to try and set you specially this year.
I think we're okay, Judge.
Okay.
And Your Honor, you mentioned the docket call that's set July 26th. Will that be in person or Zoom?
No. What that will end up being, Mr. Veal, will be a scheduling status conference.
Okay.
But I don't want to take that off the calendar just yet until I have.
Right. Okay.
Okay. I would encourage you all to really look into the scheduling, the mediation as soon as it makes sense to do that. Because obviously scheduling is sometimes an issue and trying to get accommodated in with who's your mediator?
Well, I was thinking of Judge Villa, Your Honor, because my clients, and including the grandparents who are intimately involved in this case, would be Judge Villa would be a good mediator. I don't know if we've agreed, all of us, but we can. I'll run it by everybody.
I don't know him, but if other counsel think he's a good choice, and if the judge has prior experience with him and he's a good choice, then I'll probably end up getting an agreement from my client.
I've used Judge Villa multiple times. I have no problem with them. I love Judge Villa.
Okay. So get your motion, agreed motion filed. We'll schedule it for a scheduling status conference on the 26th of July. And look at your calendars, be prepared to know any dates of unavailability for trial.
Okay.
Yes,
Sounds
thank
good.
you, Judge.
All right, thank you. Take care, guys.
Thank you.
Who's next?
Judge,
Is anybody
bottom of one, page one.
Mhm.
I believe everybody's here. I don't know if Mr. Rincon is being represented here.
That's me. Elizabeth Brab for Ford Motor Company. Mr. Rincon
It's local.
Okay,
yeah.
in cause number 2020 DCV 3335, Melissa Jenkins et al. Versus Ryan E. Martin et al. Announcement of council, please.
Greg Marks for the plaintiffs.
Elizabeth Brab for Ford Motor Company, defendant.
Justin Brim for defendants HMV Trucking and Ryan Martin.
Good morning, Judge. Jessica Mendez, guardian ad litem appointed for the minor Lo Jenkins.
Good morning, everyone. Okay, so a few different faces, except Ms. Mendez and Mr. Marks. Good morning.
Good morning, Judge.
Status conference. What's going on, Mr. Marks?
So, Your Honor, we've settled the entire case. I think Ms. Mendez, I'm sorry, was appointed guardian ad litem for the first settlement. And when we settled with Ford, we filed a motion to have her be the guardian ad litem for both settlements.
Yes, Your Honor, I believe we filed that motion. It was a joint motion to appoint guardian ad litem. I think it was filed on May 22nd, but I haven't seen a signed order come through yet.
Did you all provide that motion to Ms. Hernandez along with the proposed order?
I believe so.
If you will resend it, I do see it in Odyssey. We just came off a really bad Odyssey day. So technologically, this courthouse has been in a big mess. So let's just say it was due to that. And if you would please get me the order very quickly so I can appoint her.
Okay, Your Honor, just to clarify, how do you want us to send the
The court
proposed order?
coordinator, it's my.hernandez@EP County. That's a court coordinator, Ms. Myrna Hernandez.
Okay.
Okay, what else, Mr. Marks?
And so we can work with the guardian ad litem to get the splits and everything, because we pretty much know what the splits are now. We've settled with all the, we've come to an agreement with all the subrogation interests. And so we know what the total amount to the plaintiffs are going to be. And so we can work with Ms. Mendez to determine what a fair and equitable split for the minor would be. We are waiting to finalize the settlement. We are waiting for the final letter from Medicare.
Okay.
But other than, I don't think that's going to be necessary for Ms. Mendez to make her determination. And so that's kind of where we are.
What kind of timetable do you contemplate, Mr. Marks? And yeah, I would set another status, a certain amount of time out, allow Ms. Mendez to do what she needs to do, and then go from there in terms of setting any type of.
We sent that request for final bill or whatever you call that from Medicare and Medicaid. And I think that was about 30 days ago when we sent it. So they're typically about 60 days out. So I'm expecting to get that letter probably next month. But however long I can talk to Ms. Mendez. She's, she can interview the minor, whatever she needs to do, but that's up. I don't know what her time frame is for that.
What if we do this? Why don't we do this? I'm going to set this for another status in 60 days. If things wrap up more quickly, I hear from you all that it's ready to go to the friendly, then we can utilize that day for any type of friendly suit.
Okay,
And if not, we'll have a better idea of when we can do it.
okay.
Sound good?
Sounds good with me.
Sounds good,
Anything
Judge.
else? Thank you, Ms. Mendez. Anything else outstanding?
Not
No,
for
Your Honor.
Your Honor.
All
Thank you.
right, thank you very much. We'll see you in 60 days.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
Take care.
Bye-bye.
Who's next?
Judge,
You
second one on page 1.
Mhm.
I have Ms. Bombeck here, but I haven't been able to get a hold of Olson Zhang.
Yeah.
Good morning.
Good morning. Let's see, it's at 10 a.m. Who's the, Ms. Bombeck, who have you been dealing with? I feel like I looked at this case on Odyssey.
So this is with Roush Sturm. Usually we go through Megan Hale or Jessica Olson as well. They have a lot of attorneys over there that we deal with.
Yeah, and I feel like I've seen some new faces lately. I just can't think of who.
Good morning, Your Honor.
Are you here? What are you here on?
I think I wrote the number down wrong, since I was in a different court. It's this cause ends in 1633, Your Honor.
Yes,
Yes, yeah, I'm here on that.
you're here on that for plaintiff?
Yes,
Okay, great. Oh, there we go. Let's call it.
In cause number 2022 DCV 1633, Discover Bank versus Brenda L. Fuentes. Announcement of council, please.
Benjamin Joseph Gutierrez on behalf of the plaintiff.
Courtney Bombach on behalf of defendant.
We're set for a final status conference. I have a notation here regarding a bench trial date. You all are currently set for a jury trial, so I'm thinking that's probably not supposed to be happening. Are you asking for a bench trial?
A bench trial, yes.
Mr.
Yes,
Gutierrez?
Your Honor. Yes, Your Honor.
Alrighty. Is there anything outstanding? I mean, we still have a setting in July. Is there anything outstanding or is it ready to go?
We haven't received any of their documentation or anything like that, so we're still waiting on that.
There was nothing for the plaintiff, Your Honor, but we'll be sure to put them on forward and also to let the council know that there's outstanding discovery.
Mr. Gutierrez, I can't understand a thing you're saying.
Yeah.
So, my apologies.
Directly or?
I can switch devices. Maybe it's the computer.
That sounds better right there. When you were turned the other way, it was very muddled. Okay, sounds like there are some things outstanding. I still have that notation on the next setting, which is July 19th, final civil pretrial. I will just say this, if there's anything outstanding, be prepared to address them then. And then I'm going to use the final civil pretrial date as our time to set the bench trial. I anticipate we can set it before that 8/25 date. So just know that'll be the window. Okay, unless I hear from you all something different. Okie doke.
Sounds good.
See you on July 19th.
Okay, thank you.
Thank
May I
you,
be
ma'am.
excused?
You may. You too, Mr. Gutierrez, unless you have something
you,
else. Who's next?
The third one on page 1, Judge, I got Mr. Larson here. But no contact with the other two parties, Mr. Clay Brennan and Mr. Brian Fisher.
Mr. Fisher's from my office.
Oh, okay.
So Mr. Clay is the gentleman who subbed in after, I can't think of her name right now. Oh, boy.
Rachel Hatton Adams. She was,
Yes.
Your Honor, she was previously handling and recently the case apparently went over to Mr. Clay.
They're in the same office though? Is that what? Yeah.
Yeah, same firm, Your Honor. Yes, that's my understanding.
So we don't have any contact information. I feel like it was a recent, like the last hearing is the first time I saw, oh, let me get to the right case here.
We've been trying to reach Mr. Clay on several issues recently, Your Honor. We actually just filed a motion for continuance. And we got him on the phone one time, but other than that, it's been difficult. I can email him right now if you'd like, Your Honor.
That'd be great, Mr. Larson, but
I didn't know if he was on or not, or if someone else was covering, so I couldn't tell.
yeah, let's see if we can look at the contact information for Miss Haddon Adams as well and see if that's different. Let me see. Let me see if I see them.
I'll copy Ms. Adams as well, just in
Is
case.
any other cases, are any other cases ready?
Yes, Judge, towards the bottom of page 2, Judge.
We'll come back to that one real quick, Mr. Larson.
Okay, thank you, Your Honor.
Go ahead.
In cause number 2022 DCV 2401, UT Company LLC versus Hazen R. Salcedo. Announcement of council, please.
Thank you. Hector Beltran on behalf of the plaintiff.
Christine McLaughlin for the defendant.
Ms. McLaughlin, I looked it up. I thought you were unavailable today. What are you doing here?
Really?
I thought I saw that. I thought I saw a notice of unavailability or something, or a vacation or.
Oh no, Judge. It might be Lexa. She's leaving our firm, but I'm here.
Let's see, notice of attorney vacation. Let me make sure I'm not crazy.
Okay.
So it's the 21st. No, it's you.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry, Judge. I'm here.
Okay, thank you. You're set for a default today. Let me go back and look at some of the other entries here.
Your Honor, obviously they filed an answer, so
Yeah.
there's no need for a default.
How do you all want to proceed on this one?
Your Honor, I owe them, admittedly, I'm past due by a couple of days on the disclosure response, on the initial disclosures. So I owe them the initial disclosures. Once I get those to them, my hope is to see if we can resolve this pretty quickly. And if not, we'll move forward. It's not exotic. It's a damage only case, property damage. There's no personal injury claim or anything like that. It's I represent a company that had some property damage in a car accident, and they feel they haven't been justly compensated, and that's kind of the case.
So let's, can I give you all 60 days for a scheduling status conference, see what you all can work on, and if not, we can come up with some type of scheduling?
Sure.
Will that work? Okay, and if there's something in the interim you need a hearing on, just let us know via email with your motion and we'll get you scheduled. How about that?
That works.
Sounds good to me.
Thank you. You all are excused.
Thank you much. Everybody have a great day.
You too.
Take care.